Once upon a time, in a cozy little village, there lived a fluffy orange cat named Tabby. Tabby was no ordinary cat. She had a special talent for balancing things on her nose. She loved to entertain the children of the village by balancing all sorts of objects, from feathers to fruit. One sunny morning, Tabby woke up feeling a bit off balance herself. She had been practicing her balancing act late into the night and had stayed up too long. As she stretched and yawned, she realized that she was feeling a little grumpy. Tabby decided to take a walk around the village to clear her head. As she strolled through the streets, she noticed that everyone seemed to be in a rush. The birds were chirping loudly, the dogs were barking, and the people were bustling about, their faces filled with worry. Tabby felt the weight of the villagers' stress pressing down on her like a heavy stone. She knew she had to do something to help. But what could a little cat like her do? Then she remembered her special talent for balancing things. Maybe, just maybe, she could use her talent to help the village find balance once again. Tabby hurried back to her cozy little house and rummaged through her collection of objects until she found what she was looking for: a shiny silver bell. At first, the villagers barely noticed Tabby and her bell. But gradually, as they heard the gentle tinkling sound, they began to slow down. They stopped rushing and started to notice and pay attention to the world around them. As Tabby continued her walk, she noticed smiles spreading across the faces of the villagers. The birds chirped more sweetly, the dogs wagged their tails, and the people greeted each other with kindness. Tabby's simple act of balancing the bell on her nose had reminded the villagers to slow down and appreciate the beauty of the world around them. They realized that sometimes all it takes to find balance is a moment of pause and reflection. From that day on, whenever the villagers felt themselves becoming overwhelmed, they would think of Tabby and her balancing act. They would take a deep breath, reframe their thoughts, and find balance they needed to face the challenges ahead. And as for Tabby, she continued to balance objects on her nose, spreading joy and harmony wherever she went. For she knew that even the smallest of acts could make a big difference in the world. Sometimes Tabby would visit the elderlies in the village and spend time listening to their stories. Other times, she would help the kittens learn how to balance objects on their noses. Tabby's kindness knew no bounds, and soon she became known as the most beloved cat in the village. But despite all the praise and attention, Tabby remained humble. For Tabby's story was not just a story, it was a lesson in the power of love, kindness, no matter how small you may be.